All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Mike.
I'm Shelly, and we're camping with the Confers, in case you didn't know that.
So this week we are headed southbound on a windy, rainy day out of Ohio, heading to Kentucky for Shelly's birthday weekend.
Woo woo! Today's actually Tuesday. In fact, it's True Blue Tuesday. We're wearing the blue to support law enforcement. If you have not heard of this movement, we encourage you to jump on board, and basically it's just wearing blue on Tuesday in support of law enforcement and their families. So we are going to be stopping off at a Harvest Host on our way to Tennessee.
We're stopping in Kentucky at
Benton Farm. Yes. So Harvest Host, highly recommend Harvest Host. It's really not a way to save money because you end up spending money at the location, but still. Yes. So hopefully we're going to have better weather because this rain is not good.
The rain's fun, the wind is terrible.
Well, I don't like either one.
All
All right,
right.
so we'll show you more about, oh yes, actually we have a lot to tell you about once we get to the Harvest Host. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that.
We'll be back.
If you didn't see our video last week,
Right.
we have been named Follow the Sun ambassadors. So we are doing this with SoftStartRV,
RV.
yes. So what that means is we're going to be installing solar on our rig, and we're going to be just telling stories about it over the next 6 months to see how it goes.
Right.
We know nothing about solar, so that's the fun part.
Right. So as the bits and pieces have come in, we've got them installed onto our Grand Design fifth wheel. We have 100 amp hour lithium batteries from Renogy, and we put in a 3,000 watt inverter from Renogy. But we don't have any solar panels up yet. So,
No. But we still want to be able to show or discover
right,
what can we do? Yeah, what can we do differently with these 2 lithium batteries compared to our
Lead
one
acid,
lead
right.
acid. Yeah.
So when we left the campground 3.5 hours ago, we were at 12.9 volts on the 2 lithium batteries. 3.5 hours later, driving down the road with no solar, running our fridge and everything off of the inverter, we are down to 12.8. So we're gonna have to run the furnace a little bit tonight to try to get through and not freeze to death. See what we got left in the morning and see if we can make a pot of coffee.
Yeah, we have no idea. So part of this is to help you learn about solar and lithium.
While we're learning about solar and
because-
lithium, right?
Yes, because we don't know anything about it, yeah. So Mike Sokol came to us and worked with Mike Goal to install the inverter.
Yep.
You tell him just a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
so we installed the inverter, the lead acid batteries, and an automatic transfer switch. And that's pretty much all we got done. The rest of the parts were kind of on back order, didn't show up. So we currently now, as of today, have all the parts. So we have all the parts to finish it up. We just need to get them installed. We do have some suitcase solar panels from Renogy. I have a 200 watt panel and a 100 watt panel that I can put out here on the ground if we need it. But I'm thinking we're gonna make it.
Yes, so essentially they are creating an all-in-one package that you as a consumer can buy that has
Everything from the panels, inverters, batteries, nuts, bolts, and even the pliers to crimp your wires together will all come in one package.
Yes. So we are the guinea pigs of this. So you'll be able to find out how well this is going to work out.
Right, so we'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully I'll be holding a nice hot cup of coffee.
Yes.
All right, guys, so while we're hanging out here at the Harvest Host, let's rewind a couple of weeks. A few weeks ago, we were at Stroud's Run State Park doing some dry camping. We wanted to do a test to see how long we could just run on our lead acid batteries with no inverter, no solar, no nothing. So let's take a step back a few weeks ago and see how we fared with our lead acid only, and then let us show you what we've done to improve our dry camping and boondocking experience.
All right, good morning, guys. So we did not make it through the night last night. I had to fire up the generator. So we finally did die. It was probably just around midnight or so. You know, everything was pretty low. I was reading down to a 1/3 on my meter inside. So I fired up the generator for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes last night before we went off to bed. So we got to come up with an idea of how to be able to stay out here, you know, with no hookups longer. You know what? I think I got an idea.
So, question.
Yes.
Oops, I was cutting your head off. Do we run the fridge on propane or do we run them on batteries?
I'm gonna say for our test tonight, we run it on battery, but we run the hot water tank on propane because the hot water tank element's like 1,500 watts.
And this is a different story if we actually had our panels, right? This is
Right.
just lithium batteries.
Well, we'll probably still run the hot water tank on because we can still, with the panels, we still only have 3,000 watt inverters. We can only
Okay.
run 3,000 watts, and half of that would go to the hot water tank.
Okay. Will we be able to look at the little app on your phone
Uh-huh.
to test and see what we're using?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this has nothing to do with batteries, but has to do with boondocking. We can still use our stove and cook a regular meal because our stove is all propane. So
Right.
we're gonna make some pork chops and applesauce. No, we're gonna make pork chops and look, I've got this every plate. Have you guys ever used these? These like meals that they come like, you have to cook everything, but they give you the recipe and, you know, the whole box of food.
But they're convenient.
Yeah, I don't get them very often, but I do on occasion when I kind of get burnt out on meal planning, and it is convenient. So we're gonna make that now. Okay, I got another question. Can we turn the TV on? Like, or
We
no?
can, but that's gonna burn juice. We'll have to see how much juice it burns.
Okay, because we
can
couldn't
check it on the app
even turn the TV on.
before at all.
Before.
Because we didn't have an inverter before. We only had a converter.
Okay.
But I am Bluetooth to the inverter,
Okay.
so we can turn. I can see what we're pulling now. Turn the TV on and see how much it draws.
Okay, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I see that the microwave is also flashing. So with the inverter,
Yep.
we can now use the microwave.
Yep.
Whereas previously you couldn't if you were boondocking. So
And I'm hoping that after we get our RV soft start put into the air conditioner, we might be able to run some AC.
okay, we'll
Maybe.
see.
We'll see.
We'll check out the whole voltage or wattage or I don't know anything. He knows a little bit, but I know nothing. We'll check that with the TV on the app.
Yep.
In a few minutes.
So right now we are pulling 3.77 amps from the batteries without the TV on. We're going to turn the TV on, and with the TV on, let's see, do I need to refresh it? Yep, 4.25 amps now that we are running the television. So not bad.
I have no idea how long you could run the TV.
I don't know. Once we get it all hooked up and get the one core system hooked up on there, it'll show us for what we're running that we'll have 2 hours left or 3 days left, or it'll
okay.
say right on the screen.
So the app on your phone doesn't tell you how much time you have left.
No.
Okay.
But the one that's on the one core that's coming that we got in the mail today will tell us all that.
Nice. Okay. Nice True Blue Tuesday shirt, by
Thank
the way.
you.
Okay, here's the dinner that we made. We already ate, but you saw our little every plate kit. And then look, doesn't that look like a little bison or a bear? It's a pork chop. Michael, don't you think it does?
You're a dork. But yes, it does look like a little bison.
You're a dork.
But you're still a dork. All right, so it's
about 10 o'clock. We're down to 12 volts exactly right now. So yeah, we were pulling 3.77 watts, 400 and some odd volts. I turned the refrigerator over to LP and it went right to pulling 0 even with these little lights on. So I think we'll go ahead and keep the refrigerator on propane tonight and just see how it does, because I still want to be able to make coffee in the morning.
So I have a question. Our refrigerator is not a 12 volt refrigerator.
No.
So if we did have a 12 volt, it would not pull as much, right? Is that true?
It would not pull as much, no, but we wouldn't have the option of using propane either.
Right, but I'm just saying for this exercise of...
Right, the
How
12
much
volt
can you go on the
refrigerators
lithium
are a lot
batteries?
more efficient than these dual fuel.
Yes.
120s.
Ours, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I was wondering.
Okie dokie.
All right, guys, good morning. So this is our first morning running off of the lithium last night. And I don't know what's going on. I got to go outside and check it out. So all the 12 volt stuff is still working inside the house, but none of the 120 stuff is working. And I can't Bluetooth to my inverter, so I don't know what's shaking. We didn't run anything last night except our little sound machine. We have the refrigerator and everything's over on propane. And I think the furnace only kicked on a couple of times, so I'm going to go outside and see what's shaking. All right, so I don't know what happened, but the inverter got shut off somehow last night, and that's why we didn't have any power in here. So I turned it back on, and everything seems to be up and running, so I suppose now we can do that test to see if I can make a pot of coffee. But I have to figure out why that inverter shut off last night. For whatever reason, I don't know. So stick around, see if we can figure it out. Just paying it. Nope, there's the overdraw on the inverter beeping.
It's saying no.
It's saying no
You're making
coffee. Dang it.
For real, dang.
Yeah. Oh, battery low voltage alarm.
Oh, but listen.
Yeah, we're down to 10.6 volts on the battery.
I thought we can take it down to 0.
We can. But that's what it's beeping. It's saying that we have a low voltage alarm at
It kicked
10.6
off.
volts.
Look.
Yep, sure did.
Dang, it started to make coffee.
Dang it. All right, I guess I'm off to hook up some solar panels, the portables, and see if I can get some charge on it.
Would it be better to just start the truck? Would that do it?
That's a slow charge.
You think the solar panels is going to charge quicker?
No. I don't know. I'm new to all this, so we'll have to figure it out.
We're new here. Okay, but we will keep you posted.
All right, let's see what happens. All right, so we kept getting the low battery alarm this morning, and we were at like 10.6 volts on the batteries. But from what I understood of the lithium, you know, you can draw those down pretty low before we should be getting those alarms. So I got into the book for the inverter and went through, I'm just reading through the operation manual part of it. And it says that in the inverter, you have to set the type of batteries that you're using. And Mike went through and did all this stuff when he set up the inverter. So I just went out there to check on it, and he had it set to number 3, AGM2 batteries instead of the lithium ion batteries. But then I read that if you don't set this up for the right type of batteries before you start using it, you're probably going to damage your batteries. So hopefully our batteries aren't jacked up because it wasn't set to lithium ion. But it is now, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. So you were able to change it. And how will we know if our batteries are damaged?
I don't.
They won't charge to...
I'm assuming they won't charge up all the way. I don't know. I've never used lithium before, so, you know, they should reach 14.7 volts from what this says, and the charging will stop, and then it'll start when they get below 12.9. So we'll see what happens. But I put a solar panel out our little suitcase. It's just not super sunny, and we'll see what happens.
We're gonna push the coffee button again?
We can try it. Nope.
It's beeping. Daggone it.
Nope.
So let me know coffee time.
I can start the generator. There's always a way to make coffee.
It's a good thing we brought the generator, just in case.
Just in case. All right, I'll get that process started. All right, the generator's running. Now let's see if we can make a pot of coffee. Oh, the generator just ramped up. So we're gonna have coffee, get a little bit of charge in these batteries. Hopefully that will all be all right. And then we gotta figure out why the inverter's turning off at night still too. So stick around with us, we'll figure it out. All right, so the generator's loud and annoying, but she'll get you in a pinch, or get you out of a pinch. But the coffee's done, so let's turn this thing off and enjoy some nice quiet and have some coffee out here at the farm. Sally's gonna be super excited because there's a bird's nest right over there. Finally.
Sitting out here working a little bit this morning before we hit the road. So, can you hear all the birds? I know you guys probably think I'm a crazy bird lady. There are so many birds, and there's a rooster that keeps cock-a-doodle-dooing. But I think you're probably too far away to hear it.
We're out at a harvest host boondocking this morning.
Right.
We were out last night. This is our first time just running on the batteries.
Right.
We woke up this morning and the batteries and everything were dead. And the Bluetooth on my phone from the inverter said we were drawing no power out of it. Everything was good. Our batteries were at I think they were at 13 volts last night when we went to bed.
Wow. Okay.
Now I did break out the book.
Right.
And I was reading through it, and it looked, I was just checking everything, so I went into the inverter, and it was set to charge AGM2 batteries instead of lithium.
And that's maybe why it didn't fully charge those lithiums.
Yeah.
Do you see where you can set it for lithium?
Yep, I got it changed over to lithium. I've got the 200 watt panel out right now charging up, and I did run the generator for about 15 minutes just to make a pot of coffee. All right, so just got off the phone with Mike Sokol. He is the guru of RV electricity. So I think we now have it set. We have the inverter set to charge lithium instead of AGM batteries. We got the solar panels out there. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the one core tonight once we get to our final destination down in Nashville. And then we'll be able to get even more information about what's going on. So hopefully that's got everything fixed from our debacle last night. So before I even attempt to put the food in there, all right, let's see if we can run this thing for like 30 seconds. See what happens. Here we go. Look at that. It's running. Nice. So let's warm up some lunch. See what that did to the, that took us down to 12.9 pretty quick. So let's see how much we can actually microwave. All right, we're gonna see if we can run this microwave for a whole minute. Warm up this food. We're pulling
1,500 watts right now, 1,506 to run this thing. So that's about half of our, just over half of our 3,000 watt inverter. But she's going, so we'll see how it does. All right, so we're going for minute number 2 on the microwave. And we are pulling 1,508. We're down to 11.8 volts in the batteries. So it's working though. I dig it. So far so good. Maybe switching that charging unit over to lithium might have actually done something.
So Redhead was all getting all worked up. So we looked over to see what he's getting all worked up about. That guy. Red, looking at you. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Taco Paco. Is it Paco? You enjoy your time here on the farm? Yeah? What's your favorite thing about the farm? Okay. How long have you been here? Yeah? All right, great interview. I appreciate your time. Llama. What's up?
Question. What's the difference between an alpaca and a llama?
The way they're spelled. They're not the same thing.
Is a llama bigger than an alpaca?
I don't know.
Well, are these llamas or are these alpacas?
Those are llamas.
Okay. That he is very interested in what's going on.
He's pretty intense, and he needs to see a dental hygienist.
It's pretty out here though.
It is.
So why do they have one donkey with all those sheep? Well, I guess and a couple of llama.
Well, if you get a good mean donkey, they will tear up coyotes and stuff.
They're kind of little fellas, but
They're pretty intense.
I won't mess with the donkey.
He seems pretty laid back, but yeah, donkeys will mess up the predators that come in the gate.
I wish you guys would have heard the donkey when we were walking down the road. He was making all kinds of noise. I thought, what in the world is he doing? Now he says nothing.
Nothing.
And he wasn't doing what I thought maybe he was doing, unless he was doing it with one of the sheep. And I don't think farm animals do that.
You're a mess.
Morning to you. Hi. Look at your cute little thing. Baby. Mommy does not like me looking at her baby. Look at all these moms. They are all looking at me hard. Okay, I'll leave your babies alone. It's okay.
What you talking about, big fella? Hello, goat. His name's Billy.
Oh, you got your head stuck.
So we came into this little store, which is kind of just a building that's off to the side of the barn. And there's all kinds of cool little stuff in here. There's soaps and like Mentos and little widgets and gadgets and honey, bourbon honey. And then in the refrigerator, they have eggs and Ale-8s, which if you're not from the area, you probably don't know what Ale-8 is, but it's really Ale-8-1. If you look at the sign, Ale-8-1, but everybody calls it Ale-8. But they have it in orange cream, which I've never had before. So I might end up with one of those, and $5 a dozen for their homegrown eggs.
Oh, look. You can take treats to feed the...
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
and it's a llama.
Yeah.
It's not a alpaca. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Oh, we can give them treats. That's nice. Would you say is there L8 in here?
Yeah.
Oh, there sure is. And eggs.
I do think I should get a new lighter for my cigars.
Oh my
Here's
gosh.
a nice Zippo that I could get and just keep it in your pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna see. No, you didn't put that in your pocket.
Let's see if it works.
What's this?
No.
Tea tree oil.
This is the one she's been waiting for.
You're smelling your heart. Oh, look how. We have to get our picture together.
You want to give him a treat?
Can you get your picture with me? Will I just put it out?
Yep, just keep it flat in your hand, just like that.
I'm scared.
Uh-oh.
I did a bad job because I'm scared. Ew, 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 ew.
You gotta give this guy one.
He said, what about me? You're gonna be gentle? Look at him side-eyeing me.
It's because his hair's in his eyes.
Isn't it? No, see, this guy's coming to take it.